Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sax, and today we're looking at Ghosts of Tabor, or what the community is calling VR Tarkov. Now, as I tell you about the game, please keep in mind it is very early in its development. It's only 11 months in, and it has a long way to go. Tabor right now is buggy, as expected. Guns disappear from my hands, duplication bugs for attachments, gear is not coming with me when you extract, and many more. But the devs have fixed a lot of these bugs, and they've fixed, I believe, 2 of the ones I mentioned. So they are constantly working to get these bugs squashed and fixed as quick as they can. Now, aside from the bugs and the jank from being in early development, the game has massive potential to be an amazing experience. However, it does have some core aspects of the game that I want them to change or hopefully be fixed. The gunplay itself feels great. Just like most VR games, we have realistic reloads and the beautiful HK slap. Now, as far as weapons, there's a variety of new and older weapons for handguns, shotguns, rifles, assault rifles, and battle rifles. You can also craft ammo with different types of powder and casings to make different kinds of ammo, like tracer rounds, HP rounds, or FMJ. Now, we can't do the gun crafting yet, as it's not in the game right now, but when it is implemented, I'm super stoked for that. Now, you can customize your rigs to your liking by putting your mag pouches and grenade pouches where you want them. The backpack mechanic for looting is amazing. You put items in it, they become physical objects in that bag, meaning other objects cannot collide or sit inside other objects in your bag. So you kind of have to play Tetris in a different way than Tarkov to get as much gear shoved into that little bag you start with as you can. When I go to grab my bag, sometimes I'll take my helmet off or even my rig instead of grabbing the bag. And speaking of looting, the loot boxes are just in a jank state right now. The boxes themselves have a separate hitbox from the loot inside, as they should. The hitbox is, I believe it's too small, because you can grab the item inside sometimes without opening the container. I also have the problem of sometimes I'll grab the gun off my chest if I'm too close to the box when I'm trying to open it, and it can just get downright frustrating to loot sometimes. Now, as far as the traders go, leveling them is a bit of a grind. Each quest gives you about 1,000 XP or so. You need 25,000 just to hit level 2. At the Tabor market, you don't interact with the NPCs that are there to represent the traders. They're just there. You look at their wares via a menu screen, kind of like how you receive your items in the trade room in the safe house. Now, while you're at the market, you can build entire kits for your gun while you're there, and you can save them so you can repurchase them later, and you don't have to leave your safe house to go back to repurchase that kit. You can just buy it there, which is a very nice touch. Now, speaking of your safe house, I think if they put all your gear that you start with on your wall and in storage for you, that'd be a really great way for a new player to get into the action a lot quicker, so they're not going through the trade room, pulling things off, and then putting it where it goes or where they want it. Now, currently there are 2 maps, the Island of Tabor and the Missile Silo. The island is a massive map, up to 12 players, and the Missile Silo is a dark CQB map up to 6 players. Now, this game is not visually appealing as far as the maps go. The gun models and your rig models are pretty high resolution, while the maps tend to be on the lower side. They don't look great, but all the gameplay mechanics come together and it works out pretty well. Now, as far as moving between point of interest to point of interest, there are spots where the maps just seem to be sparse, especially if you do what I do, and you're not like following the roads or anything. You just go like up into the hills. There's not a lot of cover up there. It's just openness, and some of the terrain can get very sharp angles or just like very weird geometric shapes. Now, aside from players, you will run into AI. The AI right now is very strong. Once they see you, they will snap to you and start shooting, and can drop you fairly quickly if you're not prepared to handle them. You can't shoot them out from afar because their detection range, unless you shoot at them, is not very far at all. Like, you have to get pretty close. There is a boss on Tabor somewhere, but I have not found him yet, but that is very cool. This game has a long way to go and clunkiness for it to fix. I hope this project does get to see its full potential of being the VR Tarkov we've been waiting for. Now, if you're interested in Ghost of Tabor, a link to the Steam store page is down in the description.